Welcome back to another TGTF pod. How y'all feeling? How y'all feeling?
How y'all feel?
Put it in the comments on how y'all feeling. We love to hear y'all how y'all feeling, but we never know
Hear
how y'all
feel because y'all never put it in the comments.
Never. But as per usual, we got our boy here
Lord Loso, your favorite fat guy.
and your boy Drew the Girl Dad. You feel me?
For sure, Joseph.
Joseph. I like that. But how was your weekend? I mean, how was your week this week?
Before we get into my week, I want to ask a question. What if you have a boy? Like, what if you have a boy? Do you not be the girl dad no more? Do you just be the dad?
No, I still would be the girl dad because
you would just be the dad at that point.
No, we already started it as Drew the Girl Dad.
So forget that you have a son now.
Nah, he's still gonna be that guy, but.
My week was decent. I've been cooking a lot this week. That's pretty amazing for me because I usually would just order out.
That's a
and
good
be
start
lazy.
to life.
Yeah, I've been cooking a lot this week. I had some extracurriculars yesterday that were delightful.
Okay. What did that consist of?
Stretching, a whole lot of stretching, sweating, and
Okay.
moving around.
You don't normally stretch and move around and
Sweat
sweat.
and move around. Nah,
Not too often.
Not in that fashion.
Okay.
Listen.
Listen, Linda. Listen.
How was your week?
My week was great actually. This week, it was my daughter's birthday.
Shout out to my goddaughter. Happy birthday,
This week
baby.
it was her birthday. You feel me? Happy birthday! Shout out Aaliyah. You feel me?
Put it in the comments. Tell her happy birthday. Don't be no.
Tell her happy birthday in the comments.
Don't
She'll
be no.
love it. I'm finna show her.
You feel me?
I'm finna show her the comments that y'all said happy birthday. She turned 4.
She can't read, so
she can't read, so I'm gonna just read the comments to her. Everything that y'all say, I'm gonna just read them to her back to back. You feel me? But no, it's her birthday. It was her birthday on May 14th.
For sure.
She really enjoyed herself. I got her a bunch of just some bluey stuff, a whole bunch of bluey stuff.
I can put the pictures in here. I got the pictures.
Yeah, I can throw some pictures up there of what I got her, and then I'm gonna bring her to Nickelodeon Universal.
What's Nickelodeon Universal?
So it's like a bunch of like Nickelodeon stuff. So they got like rides. It's almost like Disneyland, but Nickelodeon.
Where?
It's in Minnesota at Mall of America.
Oh,
the
okay.
right way. So I want to take her to do that, just like on some daddy and daughter type of thing, and just let her just live her best life, and let her just enjoy herself there. So I think I'm gonna do that at the end of either the end of this month or the beginning of the next month. That I'm gonna do that.
I think she'll enjoy that. I know when I was
Shorty.
a young whippersnapper out here, knee high to a grasshopper.
Okay.
I got to go see the Rugrats on ice.
Rugrats on ice.
Oh my gosh.
Did you love it?
Loved it.
Who was your favorite character?
Tommy.
I knew it was Tommy for sure.
Tommy was my favorite. Because he was the boss. So how could you not respect the boss?
For sure.
You know? Chucky was cool. Chucky was fleecy. You know what I'm saying?
But Tommy was that guy, the boss.
But Tommy was a boss. Tommy set up all the plays for everybody. He's like, if I don't say we going over there, we not really going over there. And if I say we going over there, we got a mob together.
And everybody going. Or
you feel
else.
me? He ain't leave nobody behind. Like, he was a real...
He was one of them ones.
He was. He definitely was one of them ones.
For sure.
Angelica was weak. She was weak.
You
But
think
we're
so?
not going to get into that.
Nah, I think she really gonna enjoy it. I think that it'll be major love.
For sure.
I think she really gonna enjoy it. And then I took her out to go to dinner, and I took her to like a little slide place that she loves to go to. So
A slide place.
It was like a bunch of slides, like almost like a kid's playground that's inside. So it got a bunch of slides, a bunch.
So
of
they got a place where it's just nothing but slides. Like how they got a place where it's nothing but trampolines.
Yeah, so you go in there. It's like a bunch of like you climb up these things. So it's like gives you like it's almost like a. How would you even word it? What it is? It's almost like a Chuck E. Cheese. Remember they used to have the Chuck E. Cheese with like the tunnels and stuff.
Yeah.
So they got tunnels, but it's more like soft things that you climb on. So you climb up these things. You go through little holes to get through places. They got like ball pits and stuff. It's super dope. It's super dope. And we stayed there for like 2.5 hours, and then we went to dinner. With my mom and her sister. So then we went to dinner, and then as soon as she got to the crib, we took a bath and laid her down in bed, and she knocked right out.
She was tired.
Exhausted,
She was tired.
Sure.
Did she sleep with her new blanket?
She did sleep with her new blanket and her
So
new
you
pillow.
slept with the new blanket?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, we got to get a picture of you with this blanket.
Manage your business.
No one.
So I bought her a bluey bed set, you feel me? And she sleeps with me still. And I just put it right on the bed because she wanted to sleep with it. So I'm like, well, forget it.
So
I'm blued out too. You feel me?
For sure. And
I gotta do the same thing that she do. You feel me?
That's respectable.
You think so? You would do it too?
For what? What?
He said, "What?"
Ask. You really gotta ask.
Yeah.
Anything for the kids.
For sure. So, let's get to the podcast. First question that we got for today. Who was the first friend that like introduced you to like bad stuff, to like doing bad things, or making you want to like rebel, kind of?
Rebel?
Yeah, like just do bad things. Because I feel like if you didn't do bad things growing up, and then you met somebody that got you into doing bad things, that's kind of like rebelling because now you're doing bad stuff that you wasn't doing before.
Okay, so bad things. Did I ever do bad stuff? Look, I feel like in every era of your life, every time you like, so say I'm on baseball teams as a shorty, I'm on basketball teams as a shorty, I go to school as a shorty, I go to summer camp as a shorty, I go to my mom's beauty salon as a shorty. I got friends in different aspects of life all over, you know. I think the first friend to ever teach me bad stuff was my homie Malcolm. Me and him both 5 years old. 4 years old, lying and saying we 5 to be on the baseball team, and his dad was coaching us.
Oh, so y'all was already starting out bad by just lying to be on the team. Okay.
Nah, but he was a bad kid though. He had like brothers, and they would get into it and woo out the band, man. Yeah, he just always was doing something crazy. Like he always was just getting in trouble, and being his friend, I would get in trouble with him. Yeah.
But my thing is, so I'm gonna take it back to when you said he had an older brother. Anybody, pretty much all the people that I ever hung out with that had like an older brother or older sister, most of the time they was bad because they was some more advanced than the other people because they already had that older sibling that just taught them more, so they was already doing the bad stuff at a young age.
See, I had an older brother, but my brother was always gone playing basketball. So he was like school to school, team to team, always gone playing basketball. Practice. He was dunking in 7th grade, so he was just never there type stuff.
I was dunking in 7th grade too.
On like Fisher Price?
Yeah, on the 8-foot round.
Yeah, all right.
Putting you in the basket.
Yeah. After Malcolm, I think in grade school, Daryl was like my worst friend. Daryl used to get me into a lot of trouble.
What kind of trouble did they get you in? I know like 5 years old, it was like probably some weak trouble, but what kind of trouble did Daryl get you in?
So I went to school with Daryl. And Daryl
like elementary
was just,
school, middle school, high school?
Not even like daycare.
Dang.
Yeah. Like that daycare, you know, like what your daughter in right now.
Yeah, so she's starting to get into trouble now.
Yeah.
She's definitely starting to get in a little bit of trouble, and she never was getting in trouble before, and I started talking to the teacher and the director, and everybody like, well, she's listening to the other kids that are bad, or she's following the other kids that are bad. So I've been having different conversations with her than correcting her. I've been having conversations about being a leader and not a follower, and doing what you need to do as a person, and not following after somebody else, or just listening to anybody else to do something that you know you're going to get in trouble for. I'm like, if you think that you're going to get in trouble for it, then you need to tell him no, or you need to make your own decision on doing it. Instead of correcting her, I'm trying to give her knowledge and teach her stuff instead of correcting her about it.
I think at that age, though, I feel like the only thing that kids can do to teach other kids bad stuff is just show them how to rebel.
Yeah.
A lot of it was just not listening, just doing anything to get attention.
It's an attention seeker. You were seeking attention at that point. Yeah.
So that's what they did. Him, Malcolm, and Daryl. And then I want to say when I got to like 7th or 8th grade, I met this dude named Andre. But Andre was in high school at the time. I remember being in 8th grade and not even coming home at night, coming home at 6 o'clock in the morning, out with this dude at colleges on girls.
Living it up,
you feel me?
For sure.
And his car used to stop on us and stuff. He had a little car, we called it the Green Machine. It used to always overheat. But
you used to put water in it.
Yeah, we used to put water in it. Oh, my soul.
I'm already knowing.
I hope Andre watched this because He was
That's
my bad
love.
friend, like 8th grade through high school. We used to get into so much trouble because we was always gone. But the trouble we got into was always because of girls. We was always going to see girls or getting into it with guys over messing with their girlfriends. It was like always something with him about girls. And then we'd go get a slight hoop session in to get right back on the girls.
Get
Like,
right back active.
facts.
For sure. My person was the first person that got me and started getting me into trouble was my cousin Oscar.
Oscar, I know Oscar.
Yeah, he was the first person that really got me into like doing bad things. But I think it was both. It was all of us. We was like a group, and we all did bad things together.
Who was the group?
It was me, D, Oscar, Brandon, Jay, Matt, Jimmy. It was a lot of us. We was
A whole lot
it was,
of gangs.
It was a whole lot of gang stuff. You
A
feel
whole lot
me?
of gang stuff.
And we all did bad stuff, but Oscar was the main one that like wanted to do the bad stuff, and so we all did bad stuff.
Okay.
We all did bad stuff together. But Oscar was the one that like mainly was the guy that was like, "Ooh, let's do this." And he just wanted to always do bad stuff. He only thought about doing bad stuff. There was nothing that he wanted to do that was positive, really. And we used to have to stop him from
Why
doing
you
the
think
bad
he wanted
stuff.
to do bad stuff all the
I
time?
don't know. He just got a kick out of. He got an adrenaline rush out of just doing bad things. I think. He just enjoyed it. You feel me? I think the same way about Ryan. Ryan and Oscar. They both think that way.
Okay.
They both think that way, and they both want to just go do bad things. You feel me? And then my friend that I got into it, not necessarily when we got in trouble, but when we just was doing bad things, was Romeo. Shout out Romeo.
Shout out Romeo.
Shout out Romeo. We just did a lot of, and it was always with girls too. We was chasing women all the time. It was just always like a game of who can get the most women.
I feel like every young man get that friend that they just chase women with.
Yeah, me and Reed, Romeo, Freddie, and Streets, we used to we used to go to the mall, we used to go to college, we used to just go anywhere that the You Feel Me's was at, and we used to just want to just shoot the shots. And I was always the guy that was never scared to go shoot the shot. I was always the guy that was going to shoot the shot. Everybody else was scared, like, man, she's so fine. I'm like, come on then. She got a buddy, I'll go with you.
Let's see what's to it.
Let's see what's to it. And they already knew I was on it. But yeah, those are the two people that really got me into like doing bad things and motivated to do it low key, and I enjoyed it kinda.
So let me ask you this before we go to the next one. Do you still know any of these people and how they changed?
For sure. Oscar probably still doing bad stuff. Probably.
Okay.
I don't know exactly what he's doing. This is my cousin, but I don't know exactly what he's doing. And Romeo is not doing no bad stuff that I know of. I don't talk to him as much, but I think that he's doing some positive stuff, doing real estate, doing some credit check.
Yeah, if y'all want to get y'all credit repaired, shout out Romeo.
So he on some positive stuff. So I don't think he's doing the bad stuff no more. But for sure, I think that it was some great times that we had when we was growing up. You still in tune with the people that you the three people actually, because you had three. That you had.
Daryl is a stand-up dude, a real good dude. He just got married a few years ago. I remember I got invited to the wedding. I didn't make it. Malcolm, I haven't seen Malcolm in years. The last time I seen him though, as a grown-up, he had tattoos like everywhere, like all over his face. And so I don't know what he's doing. He could still be being bad and still be influencing people. But that's not neither here nor there. Andre, he did exactly what I expected him to do. He had a whole bunch of kids. He got like a small football team.
I'm assuming that everybody thought I was gonna have a bunch of kids.
Everybody probably did.
Everybody probably thought I was gonna have a bunch of kids, and I did not. And I did not have a bunch of kids. That's crazy.
Think about it, right? It's like,
no, I would think that I would have the most kids out of everybody out of my friend group. I probably would have the most kids probably.
Like when I see people and I tell them from back in the day that I don't have no kids,
it's
they
crazy.
Look at me like I'm lying.
Yeah,
like,
I would think that you was lying or you don't take care of your kids.
Yeah,
sure.
like I'm a deadbeat. Like,
deadbeat.
No, I just don't have any kids. Like, I'm sorry to disappoint y'all, but
I just don't have none.
I don't have any children yet, so don't hurt my feelings.
Oh, I get asked by women from back in the day, like, oh, you ain't got no kids? Oh, I only got one, and she 4. Like, oh, you ain't got no kids that's older, though? I'm like, no, I don't have any other kids that's biologically mine.
No, I don't have no teenagers on my watch. No.
No preteens, no none of that.
It's crazy. Like, all my friends that got kids, they got teenagers, right? It's like, they in high school, they going to, it's real.
They already done parenting. That's crazy now. I'm just starting,
yeah,
and they already almost done.
Well, nah, not Shake, because Shake
is crazy because he got like
he older
little,
than us,
little,
and he
little
got
kids.
little kids. Yeah,
He got kids younger than my
he
kids.
waited.
Yeah, which that's good though. I think that people should wait a little bit. Having them young is, especially in this new generation, having kids young, you're not even prepared for it. You're not ready for it. People used to move out their mama crib at 18, gone for the rest of their life, married with kids already, type of thing. So I think that having your kids later and enjoying your younger days is a good thing.
So like that's very important, very very important.
1,000%. 1,000%. Now that we're talking about life, let's get on to the next question.
When did you understand that life was a real thing? Because like when we first get here, everything is basically given to us. People buying our clothes, giving our food. We just going places and doing stuff and seeing stuff, and we don't really understand what life is yet.
So I always wanted to be an adult.
Right.
Always, like ever since I was like young, I always wanted to be an adult. I always wanted to move like an adult. And then when I became that adult, and I had to start working, and I had to start paying bills, and I had to start giving up money. So I'm gonna say when I was like 17 years old, when I started working at McDonald's, is when I realized like, dang, that's like when I realized the value of $1, kind of.
Facts.
Because now I gotta work for it. I'm working like for like $7.25 an hour. Crazy. I'm working for like $7.25 an hour, and I'm getting like $400 checks after I'm working all these hours. I'm just working all these hours. I'm getting like $400 checks. And then I had to learn how to save because I didn't have no car, so I'm driving my mama car around. So I had to learn how to save so I could get my own whip. So it was tough. Like that was like me figuring out life. Like, okay, well I gotta save because I need a car. I gotta put gas in my mama car. I want shoes and clothes. My mama not buying me shoes and clothes no more, so I gotta go buy my own shoes and clothes. But I also need to save. And then I was talking to the women, so I'm going on dates, and I'm going out, and I'm doing this and I'm doing that. That's when I realized that life was not what I wanted it to be as an adult. I'm like, damn, why can't I go back to being a child when I had no responsibilities? I had $20 in my pocket, and I was living the best life of my life. Maybe even not even that, and I was living the best life.
Talk about that 20. I used to get this 20, and we.
You can do anything with a 20.
With a 20 back in the day, I promise you. Like
that's all you needed was a dub.
We gonna kick it hard the whole day with this dub.
Probably the whole weekend.
Nah, not the whole weekend.
Nah.
The whole day with this dub.
Dang, I used to mow the grass for a dub. I used to mow the grass for a dub on Friday so I could have just a dub. And I used to like really be able to live life with this dub. Like I didn't have to worry about spending no money. I could spend on what I want. I'm finna go to the store and get some chips, a juice, and some candy for $1. And I still got $19 left.
Oh man.
Oh, that used to be love. That used to be major love. No, but that's when I realized that.
It's so funny, Vice, because I'm just thinking about this dub. Like if you get a dub, your homie get a dub. Now y'all got 40. And then you can go get a 2 for the 15, be good for the day.
You can get a 5 for the double-rooski.
5 for the double-rooski.
5 for the double-rooski.
Put $5 or $10 in the tank and use that other 10 on McDonald's. Now y'all have the best day of your life.
Yeah.
Because you got whip, you sliding around, you sliding under, you feel me? You can go hoop. You
can do anything. You can do anything.
And you gonna get in the sky. It's like, this the best day ever. Oh my gosh. What is
you
this?
You get in the sky all day. Yeah, it used to be lit.
Yeah, because off that 2 for the dub, you gonna... Or, 2 for the 15 or the 5 for the 20. You can, man, look, I ain't even gonna talk about it. I ain't even gonna get into that, but that was lit.
Yeah, the little double-rooski. Oh, yeah, I was living life with the double-rooski. I can't even be mad at that.
All right.
What about you? When did you find out? When did you find out that life isn't what it is?
Probably the same time as you. I want to say 17, 18. I remember I had worked my first summer job when I graduated high school. I was working for my homie mom. Shout out Teddy. Shout out his mom, Miss Matthews. She gave me a summer job working in the office, like just cleaning up the office. And she was paying me $20 an hour at 17, and she didn't have to.
That's love.
She blessed my game. That's how I got my first apartment. That's how I had that apartment job yet. I wasn't that smart in high school. But I'm gonna keep it a buck. I wasn't like a genius in high school. I wasn't on honor roll or nothing, but I did my part in high school. So when I got out, I got a job or whatever, and I enrolled myself into college. And when I went to college, I got my own apartment. I had got my own apartment by myself. I set all of this stuff up by myself. And the day that I moved into the apartment, I had a moving truck to bring all my stuff out there. When I got everything situated, I called Swaville. Swaville picked me up. He took me to go buy a car because I had money saved to go buy this car. I went and bought the car. It was a lemon.
Dang, so you got an apartment and a car
On the same day.
Same day. That's love. That's major love. Shout out you for sure.
And then so this is how I realized that life was life. In high school, I stayed in the house in Bellwood, a 6-bedroom house. And my mom used to let me throw New Year's parties and birthday parties every year. I used to have the biggest New Year's Eve parties and birthday parties every year. My friends would come through, kick it. My birthday, we would barbecue. For New Year's, we would make nachos. And we would just kick it. So when I got to college and I started living by myself, I started throwing parties to pay rent. Instead of just getting a job like a regular person, I started throwing parties.
Because you know people going to show up. You know people going to pop out. $3 a head, $5 a head.
5 for dudes, 3 for women.
For sure.
And I started checking the bag. But life what happened when my homie got kicked out and he needed to stay with me. And then I wasn't living by myself no more. Now I'm living with somebody else. And
in a studio apartment.
In a studio. And he want to borrow my car. He want to wear my clothes.
Who was this friend?
Webb. Shout out Webb.
Oh, okay. Shout out Webb.
I love Webb.
Yeah, I love Webb too. Shout him out for sure.
Yeah, but that's when life started getting real.
Because you ain't never had to share nothing. You ain't never had to think about.
No, I always had my brother been my side since I was 5.
But I'm saying like you never had to like share space because you had your own.
Yeah,
room.
I always had my own room.
You ain't never really had to like hide your stuff because I guess you had to hide it.
Well, that was my.
There.
I ain't not when I.
It's different.
I wouldn't
it's
hide
different.
nothing.
It's different sharing with your brother when you growing up than sharing with your homie growing up. I guess more or less.
Well, nah, because on the block that I stayed on, I don't know how your block was, but you know my block was lit.
Yeah, for sure my block was lit too. Everybody lived on my block.
I grew up on a block where every other house, it was like niggas my age, so we all kicked it together. And when we was young, I had a shoe fetish. And I guess like Kata did too. Ken did too, but Ken didn't like partake in trading shoes or selling shoes and those stuff like that. Rob did. But anyway, Kata would borrow shoes. I would borrow shoes from Kata. Webb would always borrow clothes, so I was already used to him borrowing clothes even in high school because we was the same size. And then me and my brother been the same size since I was in grade school or before grade school. Like we been the same size, and he like 10 years older than me. So I was used to sharing clothes and sharing all of this stuff. I wasn't used to having a car and buying groceries and
like sharing food,
like
sharing a car. Sharing a car is tough. I haven't had that. I haven't had to share a car, but I've had to like share a car like when my car is in the shop or something like that. And that is tough, bro. Like,
well, he had his own car. He just wanted to drive my car sometimes, but
he had his own car. Want to drive yours?
Yeah, like
that's crazy. Ain't no way.
Nah, the first year I was in college when I moved out, I bought 3 cars that year. Literally, I bought 3 cars that year.
He was the reason why you had to buy 3 cars. He was fucking them up, messing them up. He was messing them up. My bad.
But
I gotta put $1 in the jar.
But that's when I realized life was real because I had no prior knowledge of how to maintain a crib, have a car, live with somebody.
Did you fail?
Did I fail?
Yeah.
No, I didn't fall. I didn't fail. I stayed there for a year and I couldn't take it no more. I couldn't live with somebody in one room for more than a year. And then I came back out here and I started throwing the biggest parties in Bill. But
that's super funny.
Looking back though, I think it's crazy because a normal person would have got a job. A normal person would have just went to the factory, worked at Foot Locker, got in the mall, some stuff like that at the age I was. But I didn't. I started living like I was a full-blown party promoter at 19 years old.
You was starting to be an entrepreneur right out the gate.
Yeah.
You doing your own thing.
But that made me way too confident. way too headstrong. You couldn't tell me nothing because I'm like, I don't got a job, but I got money and people finna come over and kick it with me later. You know what I'm saying? And they love me.
And I don't have to ask for nothing. From nobody.
We just outside, just doing. You feel me?
That's love. That's major love.
Yeah, and then life got real again after that.
life's gotten real a lot of times for me after I became an adult. For sure, life is at its twists and turns and
It's levels to how life can get real with you
for
because
sure.
man,
Different types of real.
different types of real
That's for
for
a
sure.
different podcast, though. We can talk about that at a different podcast.
For sure, for sure.
But we can go into our last question. We talked about life. Now let's talk about death. What do you think happens after you die?
What do I think happens?
Yeah. What do you think happens after you die?
You go first. What you think happened? Because
So I think after you die, I think that you either going up there to heaven, to the heaven gates, or you coming down here to hell. And I think that
it is.
I think life is gonna be better after you pass away than before you, like now. But I always think of it as more or less of like we was in our mom's stomach for 9 months, and we didn't know her, we didn't know nothing about her, and then it was dark. Then we popped out into this real world, and there's light and crying, and you can breathe now. Wonder if that's the same thing that happens when you die. You feel me? Like you die, you goes dark, you come back out and it's light. You feel me? And now you in heaven, or you in hell. I think there's definitely something on the other side of death. I'm not exactly sure what it is, but I think it's better than what we're living in right now. I damn near think that this is hell, what we living in right now.
That's deep.
But I think there's definitely something out there after death. I also think that I've had a lot of little different things. I think that that we get put on this earth to live different lives, to see how we gonna handle it, what we gonna do in these lives. Like one life you may get handed a silver spoon in your mouth and you may be blessed with wealth. This other next life you are broke and you grew up with nothing. Next life you was a dog. You feel me? I think that life has different routes for you. I just don't know what that consists of after death. But I think it's better than what we living in right now in real life. Now that I'm older, that's the process. That's the way that I think.
So that's kind of how I see it. I see.
That's a tough yawn, folks.
And it was tiresome. But that's kind of how I see it. I see like we got souls, and when we die, our souls leave our body and go wherever the souls go. And then I feel like we are reincarnated as other beings. And depending on the stuff that you did in this life, the things you was good to and the things you was bad to, you'll come back as a reflection of that. Like Mike Vick is gonna come back as a dog for sure. No?
Nah, I feel that. I feel
Like-
that. So like guys that beat up women, they gonna come back as a woman and get beat
They're
on?
gonna come back as a woman so they can feel how it feels.
To get beat on?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, I pick on skinny people all the time because I'm fat. I might come back as a skinny person.
Dang it, I may come back as fat because I
'Cause
pick on fat people
you
all
know?
the time.
And that's
long-
just like God's
as long
sense of
as-
humor.
As long as I'm confident in being fat.
Yeah, as long because you seen how I did it.
Yeah,
I
for
played
sure.
it.
If I come back and I'm just fat and raw,
Yeah, just think
sign
Lord.
me up.
Just think me when you. Nah, but for real, I'm dead serious. Like I really feel like that's what happens. I feel like we come back, we get reincarnated, so we can understand the stuff that we didn't get a chance to understand in this life, and that's how God's sense of humor work. Probably, it's like you thought that you was just gonna be out here acting crazy towards these people or these things. I'm gonna send you back as this thing so you can see how that thing felt.
For sure. Dang. So what do you think you would come back as? What was you bogus to? What was you mean to? I don't even know what I've been mean to. I was mean to women a lot growing up. Not necessarily even mean. I just was
I was never mean to women. I loved women my whole life.
I loved women for sure, but I'm saying the mean that I was doing was just like the cheating. I think that's bogus. I think that's wrong. Cheating on somebody is bogus. I feel like we all are.
Damn. I just thought about what I would come back as for real, Vice.
Yeah.
And I'm not mean or bad to nobody, Vice, but I may come back as a GD.
Same.
Oh,
Same. I may come back as
he
one of
may
the
send me
folks.
back as one of the folks.
Yep, I may come back as one of them too. Dang, and I Please.
Yeah, like right now, for real, bro. Let's talk about it before we make any rash decisions.
Before you make any rash decisions, please.
Oh my goodness, Vice, because that's crazy. I'm not mean
Yeah.
to nobody, Vice, or nothing. But
Yeah.
man, I have said a lot of crazy stuff about. Man, look, I don't.
Dang, that was a great.
Yeah, I had to really think about it. Like I would have never got this on no other
Oh my
day.
God.
But
Oh my God.
I know. Oh my God. I know.
I'm gonna pray to him tonight about that.
Yeah.
Can't go out like
Could you
that.
picture coming back just wearing all royal blue, just at prom in a royal blue outfit?
It'll piss me off immediately.
Look, I'm getting kind of disgusted thinking about it. I need to stop. I'm just seeing all the ways in which that could go bad for us.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, that's.
Like, what if you said
I just seen a comment the other day. Get back with your ex or flip GD.
Oh, baby.
Carla.
I'm coming home.
Carla.
I'm coming home.
Answer your phone, baby. I love you.
Back here.
Nah, I'm going. That's so funny that you say that because I just sent it to Carla. I sent her a picture of flip GD or take my ex back. I probably gonna have to just.
No, you gonna have to flip.
You gonna catch me with a black and blue hoodie on.
Yeah, but they not even gonna let me come back like him. They not even gonna. You feel me?
You gonna have scars right there. You gonna come back with scars right there.
Don't.
They gonna come back with scars right there. It's gonna say GD now.
Oh, I hate it.
Nah, but I think that coming back will be better than what it is now. I think that when you, I think this is hell in real life. I think we are in hell right now.
Yeah, and I think
this is a test for us to go to the next level. Where we gonna go? And I think right now, if I was to go to my deathbed right now, I think God would open His gates for me. You feel me?
the pearly gates.
I think God would open them gates and let me in and praise Him, praise God. God is good. God is great all the time.
I really would like for God to like let me in.
You
I
think
don't.
so?
I think that I could get in there, but it's just I don't know the gist of the bad stuff that I do because in the midst of doing it, I don't even know that it's bad. But I know that I've done some real crazy stuff. Just as far as
What you did yesterday.
Yeah, I mean, I've done some crazy stuff just as far as women. A lot of stuff that I probably should have did. But not in like a bad way. Yeah, I don't know. I just hope He have mercy on me and know that I love Him and you know what I'm saying. I praise Him in the highest power and I got thank God on my stomach so everybody else could know to say thank you God for living and stuff. And yeah, I try. I really try to do the right thing by Big Bro and stuff. So
I try to put on in all the right ways. Especially lately, I've been trying to put on in all the right ways. I pray every day. I read the Bible every day. I'm very active with God every single day.
I had a studio session on Monday, like saying, I say God in the beginning of all my songs, and it wasn't coming out right. Like the God, like when I say it, it's a certain way I say it, and it didn't come out right. And I'm like, I don't know who God this is. You got to take this one off.
You're like, I don't know who God this is, because this ain't my God.
I don't know who God y'all.
You stupid. But I feel that. I definitely feel
I
that.
can't have one God on all my songs, and then out of nowhere this different God then came out of my mouth, and I'm like, who God is this?
I don't know who this one is.
He not gonna hear this one. So.
He not gonna put no respect on this one for sure.
Yeah.
Please take this one off.
So I went back in the booth. I redid it. God, you feel me? And then that was that. Everybody be asking me why I say God at the beginning of my songs. I'm like, because He here with me
at all times.
You feel me?
Nah, for sure. I can respect that. I think God is with me at all times, and God always got my back, and God is always protecting me. For sure. And I think everything happened for a reason.
I think you my best friend and stuff, but you not.
Wait, what?
Huh?
You not my best friend.
God, my best friend.
I've been in a relationship for about a year and 6 months with a dude. His name is God.
Right, so you know that I edit the video so I can take that one part. Take that one part.
And edit it out.
And just edit that one part out and just drop that online. I've been in a relationship for a year and 6 months with what?
With God.
That's crazy, man. I'm glad you said that. I love that for us. That was great.
And you better not edit that out and just say without the God part.
Ask me to send you a video this week for TikTok.
This gonna be the one.
You like, why you send me this 3-second video? Oh, that's all you need.
This is all you need. Let me hear it. Oh yeah, okay.
We gonna go viral, boys. They gonna be like, oh man, dude was good the whole time.
I'm too light skinned, bro. With the curls, and I forgot my earring. Well, I didn't even forget my earrings. Aaliyah had grabbed it the other day, not even on purpose. Like we was playing around, and she had grabbed it, and they yanked it, and I'm like, yep.
So would take
bleeding. It was bleeding. I'm like, yep. I need to take these out, and it was hurting for a minute. I'm like, let me see if this closed back up a little bit, ripped it a little bit. So I had left them off for a minute, but I do feel naked without them.
Yeah, I feel naked without my
sure.
chains and my earrings and my jewelry.
For sure. But close us out.
Thank y'all for tuning in. It's been another episode of the TGTF Pod with your boy Laura Loso, your favorite fat guy.
And your boy Drew the Girl Dad. You feel me?
Like, comment, share, subscribe.
Share with your homie. And if your homie don't like it, tell him to share with his homie. And
tell us about that first friend y'all had that put y'all onto the bad stuff.
Yes, please. Please let us know. And then also, put in the comments, wish my daughter a happy birthday.
Yeah,
she deserves it. You feel me? And also, put in the comments where y'all think y'all going after y'all die. And who was y'all first? You said the first bad friend?
First bad
friend.
And when did life get real for y'all? When did y'all realize that life was not life?
Put that in the comments. We would love to see what y'all got on y'all minds. You feel me?
Yeah, we mess with y'all for sure.
Trill gang, Trill family, thank God and the family. We thank God for waking us up every morning and the family for always being there and supporting. TGTF, thank God and the family.